Hey, welcome everyone. My name is Sean Roth. I'm the chairperson of the Kailua Village Design Commission. Sorry. The meeting of the Kailua Village Design Commission will come to order. The time is 5:15. Yes?
Excuse me, Chair Roth. Sorry, the live stream kicked me back out. Could you wait 1 minute while I restart it? For the live stream for YouTube. For some reason, it shows it's on.
It says live up in the corner.
Does anybody have? Let me check on my phone because it shows it's on, but then it said error. So let me try. I want to make sure it's working.
Okay.
Before we move forward, if you could just 1 moment.
Still 5:15, so we're not doing too bad.
Honey, please wait.
Okay, it's working.
Okay, so the meeting of the Kailua Village Design Commission will come to order. The time is 5:16 p.m. Welcome everyone. My name is Sean Roth. I'm the chairperson of the Kailua Village Design Commission. We'll go through and introduce the commissioners who are online. I think we have everyone here today. Arn Borchak.
I don't know. I haven't got any video. Can you hear me?
Yep. We have John Hetherington, Jasmine Kursat, Michaeli Kiuchi, Riley Smith, Zahn Sullenberger, and you're not on the list, Bryant, but you're listed as owner, I see. Brian Chang. Okay. And then in the office is Ann Kern. Yeah. I think that's everyone.
Excuse me, Chair Roth.
Yes.
We also have Zendo Karna on the line, our new planning director. I don't know if his video is working, but he is.
Oh yeah, I see his name on the list. Yeah.
There he is.
Okay, great. Welcome. Okay. Okay. Zendo, your video is breaking up a little bit, so I'm going to just go ahead. The commissioner's role is to provide an architectural and design review of proposed projects, including landscaping and signage within the Kailua Village Special District. The commission is an advisory body. For sign permits, the commission's recommendations are forwarded to the Public Works Director for action. For architectural design review, the commissioner's recommendations are forwarded to the Planning Director for action. Before I go through the procedures of the meeting, I'm just going to read the statement from the agenda regarding COVID-19. Based on the mayor's proclamation regarding COVID-19, these meetings will be online until further notice. This is to prevent the spread of COVID-19 and to maintain social distancing. The procedures for this meeting are that Robert's Rules of Order will be used to conduct the meeting. Each commissioner wishing to speak should be recognized by the chairperson before speaking. Just yell loudly if I don't notice that you've unmuted. Applicants and members of the public should be recognized by the chairperson when testifying or asking questions. Public testimony for this meeting, the statements from the public participation will be limited to only written testimony via email at planning@hawaiicounty.gov or submitted to the Hilo or Kona planning departments no later than 4:30 November 27th. By mail no later than 4:30 December 3rd. Each application will be heard in the order listed on the agenda. Staff will introduce each project. Applicants will be asked to make a presentation or statement, which will be followed by questions from the commissioners. The commission, after discussion, will vote to make a recommendation for approval, denial, or deferral. So first item on the agenda is
Mr. Chair, I
yes.
don't mean to be rude. Zendo Kern here.
Okay, go ahead.
I just wanted to pop on and say hi to everybody, intro myself. I'm not gonna be able to spend much time on this right now, but I wanted to say I really appreciate everybody's work. I understand how important the commissions are. I got a chance to serve on a few myself, and I really want to begin to engage more with you folks. So I just wanted to say hi and name to a face and all that good stuff.
Great. Well, thank you. Because before, when you were speaking, you were breaking up, so it was hard to hear. But that was clear. So that's
awesome.
Good. Great.
Awesome.
Thank you for checking in.
Yeah, my pleasure. And we're well. So again, thank you all very much for your service. And if anybody's questioning, I'm here to make it happen. I'll be in Kona at least. Really looking forward to it.
Great. Thank you.
Aloha.
Okay. So the first item on the agenda is minutes. It's the minutes from the November 24th meeting. Those were distributed. Are there any corrections to those minutes? Okay, I'm not seeing anyone unmuting or waving their hands. So hearing no corrections, the minutes are approved. Our staff, were there any statements from the public submitted regarding the applicants?
Hi, Chair. It's Rosalind Newland. No, there was no statements that were received from the public on the agenda items.
Okay, so for the record, there are no statements from the public. Okay, so the first item of new business. And I guess before we get into the new business, Roz, can I just request that since we have a number of items on the itinerary, on the agenda today, and they're relatively minor things, could we try and keep the presentation brief as possible? And then if commissioners have any specific questions, we could get into more detail.
Sure. Actually, I was just going to go let the agenda speak for itself and just, that's a good idea. I'll just briefly go by the slides that are part of your packet.
Yeah, because I think all the commissioners have received the packet. So if there are specific questions, we definitely need to answer those, but let's try and make the presentation initial presentation brief. So the first item of new business, the applicant, Anna White of Papakona Coffee and Events LLC is proposing non-structural repairs and modifications to the interior and exterior of the Papakona restaurant located at Waterfront Row on Ali'i Drive. The exterior changes for design review include one, the removing of the existing wood casing, cladding, and exposing existing structure and glass, and replacing the bifold doors with double swing doors that face the outside seating area on the main floor, and to painting the gypsum board between the brace members on the counter portion of the wall of the facing bar area on the second floor. Landowner is Watamul Properties Corporation. TMK is 75008-009, located at 75-5776 Ali'i Drive, Kailua, Kona. Staff, if you could give us a brief introduction to the application.
Thank you, Chair. I'm going to share the PowerPoint presentation right now. It's flashing. Do you see that? Okay. Is that visible to you, the PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah, we see the title slide.
Okay, so that's the title slide. We have 3 agenda items: Papakona renovations, Clark sign variance application, and Kona Reef shoreline protection project. They're all going to be in a series. You've already said the agenda. We'll do this briefly. That's Anna White of Papakona Coffee, the non-structural repairs and modifications to the restaurant, Papakona. That's the site plan showing Papakona, where years ago it used to be Chart House, and then it's been several different restaurants. Most recently it was, I can't remember, but it was Chart House for years, and then it was well, a number of restaurants. Anyways, it's right there on the edge, facing the ocean. This is the site plan. See if I can zoom in on the area. This is where the renovations are occurring, which is really minor renovations, but because they affect this exterior, they also had to do an SMA assessment because they're a shoreline parcel, and then they're doing KVDC review. Let's see if I can just continue. There is another indicating no change to the second level. This was their scope of work, which is in your packet, which you've already read on the agenda. This is another picture. This is the photographs they provided with the counter area, and this is the brace wall, which she explained to me at the counter when she came in, anti-white, that this had cladding over it. So what they're doing is exposing it. And this is a bigger picture of that. This is, I guess, is what it used was covered by plywood sheathing, and now they're exposing it. Now you can see through to the glass of the restaurant wall. And that's just more pictures and comments. And this is if you had any questions about parking, this is the plan approval that was last done in 2017. If you had any questions about how many parking spaces, which they have a total of 93 through a series of shared parking and a variance. And that's it, if you had any questions about that.
Great, thanks, Roz. Commissioners, do you have any questions for staff regarding this application?
Sean, I had a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Riley.
So is this work already completed and this is an after the fact application?
You know, it beginning to look like that, isn't it? It says exposed glass restored to original building design. I don't have the answer for that, and the representative is not here, so I can't really answer that. It seems that it looks like it's been done, but it was whether or not it required a building permit, I'm not really sure. They did the SMA assessment, the special management area assessment application to do the renovations. This is the KVDC design review as a counterpart of that.
Okay, so Riley, I think that's as much of an answer as we're going to get on that question at this time. Is that, be okay with that?
I guess I'm just trying to clarify whether this is work done and we're giving our review and hopefully approval after the work is done.
It's not the normal situation, but based on her comments and the pictures, it looks like that's the finished product, and it says exposed glass restored to original design.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if someone came to her and said that you need KVDC review, or if during the SMA application they said you need KVDC review.
Yeah. Roz, also notice that these pictures are not in the same place either. So there could be locations in the building where the original glass and bracing are.
Oh, I see.
And they've used that as an example.
It could be. That's true. Yeah.
I do have a comment, but I'll wait until discussion.
Okay, commissioners, any other questions for Roz? Okay, so no more questions. And I believe the applicant is not on the line here. Let's just verify. The applicant is not here. Okay.
That's correct. I don't see her name.
Okay, so let's move on to discussion. John, go ahead.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, so I actually was asked to do some work on some of these renovations some time ago, months and months ago, actually. I think it might have even been before the pandemic. And work was in progress at that time. But then the restaurant shut down and it's been a whole tumult of them trying to do what needs to be done and get approvals. But most of the work is done, to my understanding.
Okay, thanks, John. Well, I would add to this discussion that I think it is really crazy that they are having to get an SMA assessment and a KVDC review to basically remove these old tenant improvements and put the building back to its original condition. It seems sort of onerous for for business to have to go through all that. I can understand how they probably didn't even think that they had to do all that when they started.
Just real briefly, the reason for that is it's a shoreline parcel, and I believe they have a 20-foot shoreline setback. And the only alternative would have been is that we cannot do a short form assessment for shoreline parcel. That's why it was required to do an SMA assessment.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what the law says, but that doesn't mean that it's reasonable.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, commissioners, any other discussion regarding this application?
Well, I have a comment on the comment. The reason that it ends up getting enforced is because so many people abuse it. And that's all I'll have to say.
Yeah.
Excuse me, this is Rochelle.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just got an email from Anna White, and she's on the phone. I guess she's that phone number, but you guys can't hear her. I could ask her if you'd like to disconnect and recall back in, and if you give her a minute, if that's okay.
Well, it seems that even this slide says exterior wood cladding removed, exposing existing structure and existing glass. That seems to be explaining that the work has already been done for the most part. It's up to her.
Commissioners, would anyone like to have the applicant try and call in?
I think she's
Not
here.
particularly.
Aloha, can anyone hear me?
Oh, there she is.
Aloha, I've been here the whole time, and for some reason nobody's been able to hear me. I apologize. This is Anna White with Papakona. I'm so sorry. For some reason, anyway, I had to call in 2 separate times. So here I am.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Okay,
yes,
so
absolutely what you said is true. This is work that has already been completed. We opened this restaurant October 15th of last year, and were advised by Dwayne Inoy that we could go ahead and begin our work on our alterations permit. And so that's what we did. So this work has indeed been long completed. And thank you so much for your sentiments regarding that we had no idea that we would have to jump through all these hoops to get this done, as the work has been completed for over a year.
Okay, so commissioners, does that answer your question, John? And Riley?
All good on my end.
Okay, great.
Me too,
Thank you
Sean.
so
I'm
much.
good.
I apologize profusely for technical difficulties.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So commissioners, is there any other, does anyone have any further discussion regarding this project?
Hi, this is Commissioner Keiuchi. I just want to say I think that the exposed beam and glass looks really classy. I think it actually looks really nice that you're bringing it back to the integrity of what the building was like before. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the application as submitted.
Thank you, Michaela. And Arn Werchek is seconding the motion. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. We agree. We want to restore it back to its original glory, and that's just what we did.
So is there any discussion regarding the motion? Okay, I'm seeing no discussion. So let's proceed to voting on this motion made by Commissioner Ikeuchi.
Thank you, Chair. That was a motion from Commissioner Ikeuchi to approve the project as submitted and seconded by Commissioner Warcheck. We'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Ching?
Aye.
Aye, okay. Commissioner Cruzat? Commissioner Cruzat? I thought she was here. Is she not here?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Not, I can now.
Okay, aye.
Thank you. Commissioner Hetherington?
Aye.
Commissioner Kern?
Aye.
Yeah. Commissioner Smith?
Aye.
Commissioner Sullenberger?
Aye.
Thank you. And Commissioner Warchick, who seconded the motion?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, so that's a unanimous vote. The motion is approved.
Great. So the motion is adopted. Thank you all.
Thank you.
And thank you, Anna, for calling in. So we will.
Thank you so much. Apologies again for the difficulties.
Okay. So we'll move on to the second item of new business on the agenda. The applicants, Roger and Linda Clark, are proposing a sign permit variance for a 2 square foot real estate sign with a maximum 1.65 inch lettering to be located on an entry wall consisting of a rock wall with chain link fence on top of it, located at the front of their condominium complex, the Kona West. The applicants are requesting a sign permit variance to extend the period of time permitted by the sign code, chapter 3, section 3-8A1B. Any small unlighted sign not exceeding 2 square feet in area displayed once in any calendar year for a period not to exceed 30 consecutive days. Landowner, Kali'i Ku'okalani B. Chun Trust, AOAO of Kona West, TMK 75006-031, located at 75-5680 Kuakini Highway, Kailua, Kona. Roz, can you please give us a brief introduction to the project?
Thank you, Chair. I'm just going to run through the slides. That's the agenda item and a quick location of the Kona West complex off of Kuakini and a brief picture of their sign, which you're going to see on the next slide. Oops, here we go. Here's the sign, Ocean View Studio for sale, below market, and their phone number. And their letters, maximum height is 1.65 inches, and the sign, like you said, is 2 square feet, I think it was. And that's their sign permit, 2 square feet. And it's a non-illuminated sign. This is their variance. This is their letter to the trustee about the request to put a sign up. Oops. And I thought I had their variance request in here. I must have lost it when I made this morning. But they had their request for why they needed a variance to put this sign on, which was why because of the extended period of time, because of the sign code only allowing 30 consecutive days in 1 calendar year. Let's see if this letter indicates any of their reasons for the variance. No, this is just strictly a legal letter. So I'm sorry I forgot the variance conditions, but that it was in your packet.
Okay.
So that's the sign right there.
Okay, thank you, Roz. Commissioners, does anyone have any questions for staff regarding this application?
Chairman Roth, I do.
Yeah, is that Zahn? Go ahead.
Yes, Commissioner Solberg. Roz, I'd just like to clarify, the people that are making this application, they're selling this condo, right? They're trying to sell their condo within this unit. That's your understanding of what's going on here?
That's correct. And they're representing themselves apparently to sell this condo. And they want to put a sign up outside in front of their condo on the entry wall, chain link fence. The chain link fence attached to the entry wall.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Sean, I have a question.
You have a question?
Yeah, so I'm looking at the sign and I see the application says that it's 2 square feet, but I don't see the dimensions on the sign itself. I think it'd be good for us to have some document that says like it's 1 foot by 2 foot or something that equals 2 square feet.
I thought I saw that that was in the application, no?
Well, I saw 2 square feet, but the thing that has dimensions doesn't give an overall dimension. It gives the size of letters.
One of the pictures shows that overall length is 96 inches.
I think that's Brian, I think that's the space from the edge of the sign to the start of the letters.
That's 0.96. Yeah.
I mean, if we were approving a 2 square foot sign, I think we should just know what the dimensions are.
Yeah. Well, the proportions of it are, on the page in the packet with the picture, it says sign dimensions 1 foot by 2 feet. There's an attachment BC in the packet right after the sign. There's an attachment. It shows it on the chain link fence, and it says 1 foot by 2 feet.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Commissioners, any other questions from commissioners?
So, hey, Sean, I have one more question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of correspondence in here about the unit owners having difficulty getting in touch with the landowner. Is that a requirement before we can review this, that the landowner sign the application?
That's a question for.
Yes, it is. It is a requirement for for all applications that the landowner sign the application, but they may have also been working with building on their requirements for the sign variance application. Because initially it goes through building. I had already received the application from building. I had no correspondence with them about difficulty with getting the owner's signatures. That all happened before it came to planning. But with all planning permits, the owner is to sign it.
Yeah, so Roz, if you look at the referral of signed permit application for KVDC review, recorded landowner, it has Kaliko Kalani Chan. And then where it has the space for owner's signature, it says C. Clark's 9/11/20 cover letter, which talks about he can't get in touch with the landowner. So I'm just wondering if this is a valid application, if it doesn't have the landowner's signature on it.
That would be something I can send back to DPW. It's their permit. If they forward it to me without that required information, then it can go back to DPW. I signed it and sent it up to planning that it was complete, that I was ready to go to KVDC.
But we could still approve it.
The commission can still make a recommendation on design review.
We can make a recommendation, and then they can work that out with the county.
Okay, I'm comfortable with that. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions from commissioners?
Sean, this is Arn Warchick. I'm going to
go ahead.
Opine that because this is a condo association, when they talk about landowners, they got all the other ones, and they're just probably missing one.
Okay.
Sean, can I make a comment?
Well, do you have any more questions? Let's move to discussion then.
Okay. Hold.
Okay. So if there's no more questions, then let's move to discussion of the application. And so, Riley, do you want to go ahead?
Mr. Chair, the applicants are here if they wish to speak, if you want to let them speak.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I skipped ahead. So if there's no more questions from staff, would the applicants like to make a presentation?
Want to present?
We have a cover letter here that is dated September 11th, which is when we submitted it to the department. But the cover letter explains why we did not receive the signatures of the landowner. We sent 4 separate certified mailings to her over a period of a month. and asked for her signature, a receipt of the certified letters, which we never received for any of the 4 letters. So we did make an attempt to contact her. And before that point, we did ask the board of the Kona West Association whether or not we could put this permit, this sign on the property. And they refused without really giving us good reasons why.
Okay.
So where is the sign actually in public right of way, or is it on the property? Because if it's in public right of way, then it doesn't matter if we have the landowner's signature. That would be like a temporary banner, which my understanding is this whole application, it's been up for 30 days and they're asking for a renewal to be able to continue to have it up.
Well, there is a rock wall at the entry to the Kona West complex, and it's about 2 foot high, and there is a chain link fence on top of that rock wall, which is also about 2 feet high. And it is our intent per this diagram in the packet, attachment 6C, I think it's C, that indicates where that sign is going to be. It's going to be attached to the chain link fence. So really, it would be no higher than 4 feet off the ground, and it would be right there at the entry to Kona West.
But as far as the commissioner's question, I believe that rock wall and fence is on the condo property.
It should be. It's an entry wall, rock wall for the Kona West condominium, so it should be on their property.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Commissioners, any other questions for the applicant? Go ahead, Arn.
Yeah, now I'm thoroughly confused. I thought I had it straightened out before, but apparently I was wrong. What's the relationship between the applicant and the owner? Who are the applicants?
We're the applicants. We own the unit that we're trying to sell, and that's the purpose of the sign, so that we can advertise the fact that we're trying to sell it.
And who's the person who won't sign? What's her
Kelly,
relationship?
the landowner. The Kailua Kalani-chan. She's on Oahu.
And she owns
She owns the land. It's a leasehold property.
Oh,
So
okay.
she owns the land.
Now I'm clear. Thank you.
Okay.
That wasn't mentioned, that it was a leasehold property, and that clarifies it.
Yeah. Okay.
Shonda, can I make a comment at this point? Would it be appropriate?
Sure.
I'll wait for comments.
Okay. Yeah. We'll get to discussion soon. So, commissioners, does anyone else have any questions for the applicants? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for being on the line, guys. So let's move on to discussion of the motion. So go ahead, Arn. Yeah.
This seems to be an extremely good example of something that should not come to us. And the rule should be amended that it should accept the sale of properties when the owner is the seller. That they should not be subject to a 30-day rule. I mean, very few properties sell within the first 30 days. And it's just going to require that all of these people go through the expense and the difficulty of applying for variances. And what's the reason for it? If the sign is otherwise a legally approved sign and is not violating the rules, and all they're asking for is more time, we should suggest that to the powers that be, this particular rule requires looking at to accept out the sale of units like this.
So Arn, there's another.
Lost audio.
The time period rather than 30 days. And it's being interpreted that it falls under the 30-day paragraph. For myself, I think it should fall under the 6-month paragraph.
Yes.
And then, yeah, and being that it is clearly temporary, the sign.
Chair, I had asked DPW to discuss that option with them but because they were already wanting to have an extended period of time, maybe even beyond 6 months, they was requested to go with this option.
Okay. Okay. So commissioners, are there any other discussion items that anyone wants to bring up? Go ahead, Arne.
I'm going to move that we approve this extension and perhaps as a subtext, extend apologies to property owners throughout the county who have to comply with this rule. But we can leave that second part out of the motion.
Okay, so your motion to basically approve the application as submitted.
Application as submitted.
I'll second that.
Was that Commissioner Kursat? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so seconded by Commissioner Kursat. Is there any discussion on the motion?
Sean, this is Riley.
Go ahead.
I think that, we discussed it, but I think the motion needs to be subject to the building division confirming that it's a valid application because it lacks the landowner's signature.
Well, may I comment on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll give you my retired lawyer background on that. That's not a matter for us to decide. It's a legal question that if anybody was going to object to it, they would have to file a lawsuit and say that the people did not have the right to sell this unit. Somehow, it's not for us to decide. All they're asking for is permission to put up a sign that announces the fact that they're selling the unit. And I don't think we want to get involved in the tangle. How would we ever sort it out? What are we going to do? Bring it back next month and the month after? And who are we going to ask whether the landowner really wants to sign off on this or not? And somebody in Honolulu nobody can reach. I would ask this question of the property owners, if I might. Did any of the letters did you send anything non-certified? Just regular mail?
No, we sent everything certified and asked for return receipt,
I'm going to suggest
acknowledging that.
This is a bit of free legal advice. Also send a non-certified copy. And if it doesn't come back, you can always blame the post office and say, that shows we had the right address because no mail was returned to us.
Well, to answer that question, the address that it was mailed to is the same address as the
problem is
monthly.
you send certified and they reject it, it comes back to you because they wouldn't sign for it. Presumably they were there. But if you send a regular one without requiring a signature and it doesn't come back, you'd at least be able to say to people, look, we did it both ways. That's just somebody who used to practice law in California. It has nothing to do with Hawaii. It says, I'm just trying to give some common sense thinking. Please do not treat it as legal advice.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks. Commissioners, does anyone else have any discussion for the motion? John, are you unmuting?
No discussion.
Okay. Okay, so not hearing any more discussion, let's proceed to voting on the motion.
Thank you, Chair. We'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Kursat Commissioner Warchuk made the motion to approve the application as submitted.
Votes aye.
I think the remainder of that was withdrawn. Is that correct? Or are we?
Yeah, it's just to approve it.
Okay, and Commissioner Kursat seconded the motion, and the roll call vote will start with Commissioner Ching.
Aye.
Aye? Okay. Commissioner Hetherington?
Aye.
Commissioner Ikiuchi?
Aye.
Commissioner Kern?
Aye.
Commissioner Smith?
Aye.
Commissioner Sullenberger?
Aye.
Commissioner Warchuk, maker of the motion?
Aye.
Thank you. So it's unanimous vote to approve the application as submitted. Thank you.
Great. The motion is adopted. So Roger and Linda, thank you for answering the questions and making the presentation.
Thank you. Could I ask a question?
Sure.
Although you approve this, do we still need to send letters of notification to the surrounding landowners about the fact we're putting up this sign? Or does your approval bypass that?
Excuse me, this is Rosalind Newland with Planning Department. That would be a question to ask the building division because you're applying for a variance from for the sign code, so that'll be their processing request.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not sure how that works with a variance from planning rules. It does require notification, but that's a separate matter with building.
Okay.
Thank you.
So our part is just to give a positive recommendation to the to Public Works.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good luck with selling the condo.
Thank you.
Yeah, really.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to move to the move on to our third item of new business. The applicant, Raymond S. Perry, project manager for the Kona Reef condominium, is requesting design review for their proposed shoreline area erosion abatement and property protection project. The project consists of a proposed CRM wall that would be built entirely along the Kona Reef's property in the northwesterly direction for approximately 220 feet to be located within 1 foot inland of the state certified shoreline. The applicant has applied for a shoreline setback variance and a special management area use permit for this project. The landowner is AOAO Kona Reef Incorporated, TMK 75018-071. Location is 75-5888 of E Drive, Kailua, Kona. Roz, if you would go ahead and give us a introduction to the project.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Pierre was nice enough to provide additional photos upon request, so we have extra photos for the commission and a description in more detail. This is the site along the shoreline. I believe Kona Reef is right below where the Royal Kona is, right up, if I'm correct, up here somewhere. But this is Kona Reef. This is the site plan for the project, and I'm going to blow this up just real quickly so you can see where the, well, you've got the packet, but this is where the wall is. He's showing approximately 220 feet where the shoreline abatement project is. And this is the Kona Reef right here. Yes, this is where the Royal Kona, because there's that foundation that's never been built upon yet. And this is the, you can see parts of an existing rock wall here, and then it kind of falls apart over here. And then this is their lawn, and then this line represents where the new shoreline protection wall will go. And as Mr. Pierre explained to me, most of it won't be visible, but there will be a portion that will be visible because it has varying heights. This is a description of it. Let me just blow it up real quick. There is a 40-foot shoreline setback up there, but part of their application to the Planning Commission on the 17th, I believe it is, of December, is to ask for a shoreline setback variance because it'll be 1 foot from the shoreline, certified shoreline, and it was damaged from a hurricane storm and from the tsunami a while back. Oops. This is more detailed, but this is all in your packet. So you wanted me to brief, so we'll just go flip through it. Oh, this is where that talks about the height right here. Here, let's see. I'll just keep going. This is for their detail that you would see on a grading permit. This is the rock wall here. This is their condominium, and the shoreline. Well, this is their certified shoreline right here, and you can see it meanders kind of right there. This is the additional photographs he provided. I just was trying to gather information as if the CRM wall was going to be similar to the existing lava rock wall. That's all I was trying to ascertain, so you'd have an idea of what it would look like. So they're providing pictures of a CRM wall that's already on their site, and then this is similar to what it'll look like. And this is the existing condition. Oops, sorry. This is the area of sand where they're going to have to put some of the shoreline protection wall. And this is more of the area along where the lawn meets the shoreline, and more area. They're just really trying to protect their condominium from further erosion where their lawn meets the shoreline. And this is the agenda it's December 17th. Well, this applicant will be going before the Planning Commission for their SMA permit and the shoreline setback variance. Okay.
So Roz, can you clarify something for me? If you could, can you go to the pictures with all your rock, with the rock, the examples of the rock walls? To that page. Yeah, there we go. And on the left, the two middle pictures, the caption on that says, you know, the next 5 years, the next 5 pictures are sections of the wall that for over 30 years protected the property but no longer exists. And so I'm taking that to mean that this, oh, no, not there, back, the ones on the left side, right? These two middle pictures on the left, that is like an old photo of what the wall used to look like. Is that what your understanding is? Maybe this is more of a question for the applicant. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was on mute. I'm sorry. This is what Mr. Pierre has explained to me, is that this is an example of what you will see for the most of the 220-foot wall is the lawn will go to the top of the wall. But on portions of it, it will be above ground. So he's provided this C-arm wall that exists also in the Kona Reef. I don't know that the area that they're trying to restore, it has fallen apart. So this might be, to me, is what example of it where it fell apart.
Okay.
That's my understanding. But Mr. Pierre, I'm sure can provide more details on
we
that.
can, yeah, let's defer that question to when the applicant is on. Okay, commissioners, does anyone have any questions for Roz? So Ray, you'll be up in just a minute. Okay, so I'm not seeing any questions from commissioners for Roz. So does the applicant have anything that they'd like to present? I think so. Go ahead, Ray.
Aloha to all of you. This has been a completely wrong representation of exactly what we want. None of the wall, I would say there's a tsunami or a hurricane passes by and hurricane force waves, soil, etc. Absolutely none of the wall will be as high as the lawn. Pictures, there's the ones with the red line on them. It says that this is a picture, and this is also a picture. Well, that line represents the certified shoreline survey done by inland of that, excuse me, at the base of the wall, and the height of the 12 inches to approximately between 4 or 5 feet at the south end toward none of that will be seen. This will be a completely subterranean wall. You never know what's going to happen with people. People tend to pick at things and dig at things, and they send sand buckets, etc. There is no wall there. The wall that you were put there when they did initial construction back in 1980. That wall was by the state DLNR so that they by our shoreline survey. So that wall was there for 35 plus years. Escaping walls that are just in front of the buildings themselves. You may be able to, the overhead pictures of the condominium itself, the one with the red line. There are walls that will be seen, but in the event, and this can happen and out there, that if it can clean all of the material on the ocean side of the wall. Now, it's not going to be seen. It's not going to look like any of those walls, except that it look like the landscaping wall. Because it will be similar rocks. If it does get exposed, strewn with the rocks, and if you did see it from the, it would blend in because the rock would look like just every other wall that's on Elite Drive, all the way up and down the coast.
Great, thanks,
Yeah.
Ray. So just to characterize the way that you're building this is basically you're going to dig a trench and build a wall in it. Is that?
Yeah, that is correct.
And so like the palm trees and things that we're seeing on the edge of the grass, those stay.
Thing stays, yes. It will be malka of the palm trees. There, maybe you can see part of them in the, it's kind of hard to see them in the top picture unless you have it in front of you. But two of those trees, months ago, the wind snapped the top.
Okay. But yeah, basically you're digging a trench, putting a wall in it, and then filling it up on both sides.
Yes, it's we're looking for or hurricanes. It's what we're looking for. But it's not a lot of erosion. There are plants along the shoreline. That south end, the lawn is 8 foot plus. The height of high tide line is 1.23 feet. Break out at the edge, got the edge of that Pohoihoi shelf that extends out into the ocean. Wash up, unless it is a hurricane or a tsunami. Will be run up.
Okay.
We had some loss from foot traffic.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Ray. Commissioners, does anyone have any questions for the applicant? Any other questions? Commissioner Smith, are you unmuting?
Yep. Yes. I'm looking at the first page of the drawings that are titled Erosion Control Plan, and that shows a CRM erosion abatement structure. And it shows that the seaward face of that is exposed. So I think it's slightly different than you described it, Sean. It may be that the Mauka side will be excavated a trench and you build a wall, but the seaward side will be exposed.
Yeah, but Riley, I think what he's explained is that, see, the engineering design of the wall is to retain the earth if the ocean takes the Mackay side away. But the way they're going to build it is it's actually going to have soil on both sides. Is that correct, Ray?
This is Rosalind.
Again, what you're looking at with the ocean side right now that he's washed that side of the wall. You know, eventually the wall may be exposed on the ocean face. Again, it shelf and the color of the rock, etc. I do need to tell you right now, hearing on this project, the SSA, SSB, and the SMA hearing, before they put the applications through.
Okay, so, Riley, does that answer your question?
You know, I'm fine. What he explained is not what the drawings show, but I don't have an issue.
Well, Chair, it's Rosalind. I would like to say that was my confusion when I saw it. Is it in the grading permit exhibit, grading plan exhibit, there was a retaining wall exhibit shown, which made it seem that there was a 6-foot face facing the ocean side. So that's where there was a misunderstanding.
So, but see that detail there? It says 5 foot maximum from the footing to the top of the wall. And what the applicant has explained here is that if there's another tsunami or something happens and the shoreline is scoured away, at some point in time, you could see up to 5 feet at some point on the wall. But their intention initially is to have it completely buried. And I think they hope that it's going to stay buried for a long time.
Well, that makes sense. It might have just been a typical exhibit used for all grading type plans where they just show a typical exhibit for a retaining wall is probably what happened.
Yeah. And that it's designed to work if the Mackay side goes away. Yeah. Okay. Ray, go ahead. See you, Rich.
You can see, and the other line on the outside of the wall, the ocean side of the wall, is the shoreline, is the certified shoreline survey. Stop.
Okay.
It just doesn't.
Thanks, Ray. Ray, you know, yeah, Ray, your audio is breaking up a little bit, at least for me. So, but I got most of that. Commissioners, does anyone else have any other questions for the applicant? Okay, I'm not seeing anyone raising their hand. Okay, thank you, Ray. So commissioners, let's begin discussion of this application. Is everyone understanding what it is?
No comments.
You need a motion?
We could use a motion, yeah.
I'll move to accept as requested.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve the application as presented from Commissioner Werchek.
I second it.
Who came in first there?
Zahn.
Okay, so Zahn is the second. Is there any discussion on this motion? Okay, I'm not seeing any discussion. Let's move to voting on the motion.
Thank you, Chair. We'll do a roll call vote for the motion to approve as presented by Commissioner Warchek and seconded by Commissioner Sullenberger. Commissioner Chang?
Aye.
Commissioner Cruzat?
Aye.
Commissioner Hetherington?
Aye.
Commissioner Ikiuchi?
Aye.
Commissioner Kern?
Aye.
Commissioner Smith?
Aye.
Commissioner Sullenberger, second of the motion.
Aye.
Commissioner Warchuk, maker of the motion.
Aye.
Thank you. So that's a unanimous vote for the motion to approve as submitted. Thank you.
Sean, you're mute.
Sorry. Thank you for reminding me. So the motion is adopted. And thank you to the applicant for being on this on the call here to answer the questions. So that's all of our new business. Let's move on to next item on the agenda is administrative matters, is the election of officers, chair and vice chair for the year 2021.
Excuse me, Sean. May I please say something?
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
And secondly, this area is a highly used community area. Kona Reef has maintained it for 40 years. They use it, it gets packed for canoe races, it gets packed for Ironman, it gets packed for fireworks, surf meet. The commission for seeing that, that way for the next 40 years. Thank you.
Okay.
Aloha.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, thank you. So next item on the agenda then is the election of officers, chair and vice chair for 2021.
I nominate Sean Roth for chairman.
I thought that because you were the vice chair, you automatically got nominated for chair.
I'm not the vice chair.
Any other nominations?
I'll move the nominations be closed.
Oh, wait. Okay, so we have one nomination for chair. And do we have a nomination for the vice chair? Zahn? I would nominate Zahn.
They always do this to each other.
Yes, for the vice chair.
I would second that nomination.
I'll
Great.
move the nominations be closed.
I second that.
Okay. So do we need to vote on closing the nominations and on the things? I don't think so, huh?
Absent any objection, you don't have to vote on it.
Okay, so let's can we just vote on our officers for next year?
Why not?
Yes. You want to do a roll call vote or do we? Yes.
Yeah, we should probably do roll call vote. Yeah.
How about
Okay.
just a voice vote?
Okay, so for the motion to approve Commissioner Roth as chair for 2021 was made by Commissioner Sullenberger and seconded by Commissioner Warchuk, and we'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Chang?
Aye.
And Commissioner Crusat?
Aye.
Commissioner Hetherington?
Aye, aye.
Aye, aye. And Commissioner Kern?
Aye.
Commissioner Smith?
Aye.
Oh, did Commissioner Roth, do you get to vote for yourself? I would guess so. Commissioner
Yeah.
Roth?
Okay. Well, I accepted the nomination, so I.
And Commissioner Sullenberger?
Aye.
And Commissioner Warchuk, maker of the motion?
I'll vote
Seconder
aye,
of the
but
motion.
some year I should vote no just to make a record.
No, but you seconded the motion. You want to vote
Yeah,
nay?
but like the U.S. Senate, if you vote no, that means you can move for reconsideration later.
Okay.
Or maybe it's the other way around. I don't know.
Okay, alrighty. So we have 7 ayes and 1 nay to.
No, that's an aye. That was an aye vote. That was an aye.
Oh, that was an aye vote. Okay,
I
sorry.
voted
Unanimous.
no,
Unanimous.
thank you.
The
Unanimous.
vote was unanimous to appoint the Commissioner Roth as chair for 2021, and the motion was to. Thank you for everyone. That was so. Chair Roth, do you have anything to say?
Well, I say thank you, I think.
Okay.
We'll see how the year goes.
Okay, and
This is
for
Commissioner
Vice Chair, there was a
Ikeuchi. This is Commissioner Ikeuchi. I wasn't asked, but I did also know that I vote aye.
Oh, I'm so sorry. How did
Just
I
for the
miss you? I
record.
don't know how I missed you. I'm so sorry. Okay, so it wasn't even unanimous with the inclusion of Commissioner Ikuchi. I apologize for that. Okay, so there was a motion. Can't even read my own writing. Was it Commissioner Riley? Who?
Well, I nominated Zahn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Commissioner Roth nominated Commissioner Sullenberger for vice chair, and the second motion was by Commissioner Hetherington. We'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Ching? Commissioner Ching?
Wake up.
We're almost done. Commissioner Ching?
Aye.
Thank you. Commissioner Krusat?
Aye.
Commissioner Hetherington?
Aye.
Commissioner Ikeuchi?
Aye.
Thank you. Commissioner Kern?
Aye.
Commissioner Roth?
Aye.
Commissioner Smith?
Aye.
Commissioner Sullenberger?
I think I should abstain.
There's no way to run. There's nowhere to go. You abstain? Okay, you abstain. No, you can abstain. You can abstain. Okay. And Commissioner
Regrettably,
Orchard?
aye. I'll vote aye.
Aye. Okay.
With regret.
With regret.
It
It just means that Commissioner Roth can't.
Okay, so I think we're unanimous there again.
Ron, you're on mute.
Commissioner Orchard, did you say aye?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Aye.
Aye. And then Commissioner Sullenberger, you did say aye. Was I on mute for you too?
I heard that. Are you hearing me now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do. Okay. I got it.
Okay. Yeah. No,
Okay.
I did say aye begrudgingly.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So thank you. It was a unanimous vote for Commissioner Sullenberger to serve as chair for 2021.
Sean, I need your cheat sheets.
Vice chair.
Okay.
Vice chair.
Sorry, vice chair. I'm sorry.
Vice chair.
Let's not steal the election now.
Yeah, watch out for that.
Well, if you want to, Arn, you're welcome to steal it.
He's gonna give it away. What are you talking about?
Did we lose Sean?
Sean is circling. His camera's frozen.
It's got a warning sign on him.
Yeah, I don't see a microphone on his list either. So.
Oh, goodness.
Well, while we have this moment, I would just like to praise Roz Newland for the extreme professionalism she showed today in the light of a very antagonistic application. And again, I highly praise you, Roz, and thank you.
Amazing.
I agree. Good job, Roz.
Thank you. I was hoping the extra added bling in the presentation would help.
I spent an hour last night deciding whether I was going to go off the rails since I'm close to my end.
Well, thank you. No, it was okay.
Really pissed me off.
Well, that's all right. I just made me realize that maybe I asked, maybe I just gotta not ask for so much information, but that's okay.
It was perfect what you did, everything. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And is it my understanding that you're leaving us soon, Commissioner Hetherington?
I am. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate all that you've done, and so I will have to talk to Bennett about how we're gonna have how we can have a social distance dinner in January, because that's what we usually do. But we'll have to do it. We'll have to see if we can have something.
Everybody can order pizza at home. Yeah, I don't know.
Let's take the whole restaurant and use personal.
This is my second round on the commission, so in 3 years maybe I'll be back. You know, if your guys are all still there and Sean is still chairman, that'd be great.
We'll see what we can do about that.
Okay. So are there any other announcements? Roz, any other
Oh, there
announcements?
is I'm sorry. Yeah, I was already drifting. Sorry. There is a tentative meeting scheduled for January 12th, but we haven't received any applications yet, but I don't have the schedule for 2021 before me. I'm not sure. The application deadline must be coming up this week or next week, so I'll let you know. We'll email you.
Okay, great. So I think on the WebEx meeting for this one, it said this meeting was supposed to go from 5:15 until 7:15. And so being that it's only 6:25, we're doing really good. So thank you all for being so patient and agreeable. And I hope that everyone got all their questions answered, and have a great holiday.
Yes.
And we'll
Merry Christmas to all.
be seeing everyone
Merry
next year. So I'm going to officially adjourn the meeting at 6:25.
Happy Sundays, everyone.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
everyone. Have a good Happy New Year.
Thank you, everyone. Yes, Happy New Year.
holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Happy holidays.
Too.
John, take care.
Bye.
Thank you, John Hetherington.
John, take care.
You go, John.
I'm not going far. I come into the building department every 3 days, so
Whether you want to or not.
Yes.
it's my job.